Let's talk about sheep farming. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Sheep? Really? But trust me, there's so much more to these fluffy creatures than meets the eye. Whether you're a city dweller dreaming of a pastoral life or someone who's already knee-deep in the farming world, there's a lot to unpack about sheep farming that's both engaging and informative. So, let's dive in. First off, let's address the basics. Sheep farming, or ovine husbandry, as it's sometimes called, is the practice of raising sheep for various products like wool, meat, and milk. Sheep are incredibly versatile animals, and they've been domesticated for thousands of years. In fact, they were one of the first animals to be domesticated by humans, dating back to around 9000 BC. Imagine that. These gentle creatures have been part of our agricultural story for millennia. Now, if you're considering jumping into sheep farming, the first thing you need to know is that there are different breeds of sheep, and each breed has its own unique characteristics. For instance, you've got the Merino, known for its fine wool, and the Suffolk, famous for its meat. Each breed has its advantages depending on your farming goals. So, if you're looking to produce high-quality wool, Merinos are your go-to. But if you're more interested in lamb production, then a breed like the Hampshire might be better suited for you. It's all about aligning your goals with the right breed. Next up, let's talk about the setup. Sheep need space to roam, graze, and be comfortable. A general rule of thumb is about 5 sheep per acre, but this can vary depending on the quality of your pasture. Good pasture management is crucial. You want to ensure that your sheep have access to fresh grass, as well as clean water. And don't forget about shelter. Sheep are hardy animals, but they still need protection from extreme weather conditions. A simple barn or shed can provide them with the refuge they need during storms or harsh winters. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of sheep care. Regular health checks are essential. You'll need to monitor them for signs of illness, parasites, and nutritional deficiencies. A healthy sheep is a productive sheep after all. Vaccinations and deworming should be part of your routine care. And speaking of nutrition, sheep are grazers. They thrive on a diet of grass, hay, and grains. It's important to provide them with a balanced diet to ensure they stay healthy and productive. One of the most fascinating aspects of sheep farming is the social behavior of these animals. Sheep are herd animals, which means they thrive in groups. They have a strong flocking instinct, and they feel safer when they're with their buddies. This means that if you're starting a flock, you should aim to have at least 2 sheep. Trust me, they'll be much happier and healthier together. Plus, watching them interact is a joy in itself. They have their own little social hierarchy, and it's quite entertaining to observe. Now let's talk about the wool. The wool. This is where sheep farming can get really exciting. Wool is a renewable resource, and shearing is a vital part of sheep care. Most sheep need to be sheared at least once a year, and the process can be quite an event. It's not just about getting the wool off, it's also about ensuring the sheep are comfortable and healthy. Shearing can be a bit daunting if you've never done it before, but with practice, it becomes easier. Plus, there's something incredibly satisfying about seeing a freshly shorn sheep, like a fluffy cloud transformed into a sleek, elegant creature. Once you've sheared your sheep, what do you do with all that wool? Well, there's a whole world of possibilities. You can sell it, process it into yarn, or even create your own wool products. There's a growing market for sustainable and locally sourced wool. So if you're crafty, this could be a great avenue for you. Imagine knitting your own sweaters from your own sheep's wool. It's a lovely way to connect with your farm and create something truly unique. And let's not forget about lambing season. This is one of the most exciting times in sheep farming. Watching the birth of lambs can be a heartwarming experience, but it also comes with its challenges. You need to be prepared for the possibility of complications and have a plan in place for caring for newborn lambs. They need extra warmth, nutrition, and protection, especially in their first few days of life. It's a labor of love, but seeing those little lambs frolicking in the pasture makes it all worthwhile. Now, if you're worried about the business side of things, sheep farming can be quite profitable. With the right management practices, you can generate income through the sale of wool, meat, and even dairy products if you're raising breeds like East Friesians. There's a growing demand for sustainable and ethically raised meat and wool, so there's definitely potential for success in this field. But let's be real for a moment. Sheep farming isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There are challenges, too. Weather conditions can impact your pasture, and predators like coyotes or dogs can pose a threat to your flock. You need to be vigilant and proactive in protecting your sheep. It requires hard work, dedication, and a willingness to learn and adapt. At the end of the day, sheep farming is about connection to the land, to the animals, and to the community. It's a lifestyle that can be incredibly rewarding. So, if you're considering diving into the world of sheep farming, take the leap. Embrace the challenges and joys that come with it. You might just find that these woolly creatures have a lot to teach you about patience, resilience, and the beauty of nature. Whether you're raising them for profit or just for the love of the animals, sheep farming is a journey worth taking. So, grab your boots, roll up your sleeves, and let's get farming.